Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to work on the two-stroke engines, just going through them, doing tune-ups, getting them ready for summer. Leaf blower, weed whacker, and chainsaw. Chainsaw is a MS261. Everything right here is a Steel brand. Kept everything similar just to make it easy for parts, for gas mix, all that. But yeah, the chainsaw is an MS261. I have a 16 and a 20-inch bar for it. I have the 16-inch bar on right now, but leaf blower is just a small handheld BG86. And then the weed whacker is FS90R. So we're just gonna go through, we'll change the spark plugs out, either replace or wash the air filters. The chainsaw and the leaf blower have washable air filters. The weed whacker has a replaceable air filter. Clean the spark arresters, just get the machines cleaned up and get them ready to go. Start by pulling the bar and the chain off the chainsaw, just so it's easier to work on. As you can see, there's a decent amount of sawdust, or at least I'm hoping you can see, especially down in between the pleats of the filter. So we'll blow out the heavy dirt, and then we'll wash this filter up. This saw was actually running extremely well, so I don't expect the spark plug to be in bad shape, but it's been a while since it's been changed, so we'll get it taken care of even if it's not required yet. I'll probably keep this spark plug on hand just in case I run into trouble with a new one or whatever and I need one. So if it's going to focus on that, there we go. As you can see, the plug itself looks pretty good. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but I like to do a good once-over visual inspection just to make sure all the cooling fins on the cylinder here, make sure they're all open, not caked with any sawdust or anything that would restrict airflow. After I'll put the air filter back on, and then we'll just kind of get the air hose and we'll blow out any dust that's in here around the carburetor, and in here there's some dust just stuck to the surface, so we'll get the air filter back on temporarily and we'll get that blown out and cleaned up. And then I like to just go through here on the side where the air intake is for the engine for the cooling, just get that. There's some sawdust and oil and everything kind of caked on there. Just get all this cleaned up. Then we'll go around here to the bar side, just where all the bar oil and sawdust all get on there. I'll get that cleaned up, just make sure we can get good oil flow out of the oiler onto the bar itself. I keep an old paintbrush in the storage box I made for the saw. Just makes it pretty easy to just go through, and once you get the heavy dirt and oil off, go through and brush everything out of here. I like to do this especially before I open the cap here for the oil. Keeps chunks from falling down in there, but just helps get it cleaned up a little bit. Temporarily put this air filter back on. So normally I blow the air filter out outside, but as you can probably hear on the camera, it's raining pretty good. So I don't like to get too close with the air. I don't want to put any holes in or push any holes through the filter media. So this is more just a just to get the heavy dirt out. Move on to the blower here. That way when I take these filters to wash them out, these are the two that are washable. So from what I've read, this blower can come with either a washable filter or a replaceable. And basically if you get this pleated filter, this is the washable version, and I guess there's another option that's not washable. So just pay attention which one you have. Spark plug doesn't look too bad either. Again, I don't know if it's focusing on here, but this one's been in here a little bit longer than the chainsaw. The chainsaw's been replaced. Get a new spark plug here. All we have left to do on this is pull the spark arrestor off and make sure it's not clogging up. So we'll grab it next. Spark arrestor's on the end of the muffler here. There's a hex right here. So we'll see what size it is. It's not 5/8. 15 millimeter. There you can see the screen. Doesn't look too bad. I'll probably just hit it with a little brake cleaner. Just make sure that it's clean, but other than that, it looks pretty good. You see through it there. Okay, I just have the water on warm. Just trying to rinse the filter here from the inside out. Once we get it rinsed, I'll take it over. I didn't buy the Stihl. Stihl has their own branded cleaning solution. Just gonna use some warm soapy water. Then we'll get the blower filter. This one has a much smaller hole to try and clean through. So just rinse it good from the outside here. I'll use a soft bristle brush. I got my filter here and a bucket of warm soapy water. Just get some soapy water on here. Sorry, the lighting in here is not the best, but just kind of work this back and forth. Really rinsing it with warm water looks like it got pretty much all the dirt out, but this is a very soft bristle brush. I wouldn't use anything too coarse. I'd be afraid to tear the filter media. Okay, and then just rinse with warm water again. And then just let them air dry. I'll probably leave them dry for at least 24 hours just to make sure they're all the way dry. I'm not in a hurry to get them back in. So, okay, we got our air filters cleaned and dried. So we'll put those back in. I'd already wiped out the inside of that housing there. I forgot to mention earlier when I was putting spark plugs in, I did gap them. The chainsaw, leaf blower and the weed whacker, they all get gapped the same to 20 thousandths. So I did check the gap on those and got it set correctly. Okay, so that's it for the leaf blower. We'll get the chainsaw back together. Something I do when I have the chain off to sharpen it or to change chains or anything is I take this snap ring off of here, pull the sprocket out. There's a bearing back inside there that I grease occasionally. So that is something I've done recently. It's not needed again. And then also when I have the chain off, I get a small pick and I run the pick through the groove here in the bar. And it's kind of surprising how much sawdust and debris gets caught in that bar. So that's just something else I do just to keep that clean, and just allows it the oil to flow better, I think. Okay, this air filter is surprisingly clean. I do have another one on order though. I don't have it here yet, unfortunately. But so I'm just gonna leave this in here for now, just to catch any dirt. Don't want anything getting inside there. We'll pull the spark plug out, take a look at it. Again, I don't know if you can see that very well, but again, that spark plug's in pretty good shape also. I'm gonna go ahead and change it just because I got new ones, but I will hold on to this one just to have a backup in case something goes wrong. So I'm trying to get my hands out of the way so you can see here, but got the new spark plug going in. Again, gapped it at 20 thousandths. Okay, get that snugged up. Then we're just gonna take this plastic casing off. Just get in there, just get everything cleaned up again. Make sure there's the cooling veins on the engine. Make sure they're not clogged or anything like that. Just a good once over. So feed the spark plug boot down through here. Okay. You can see everything looks fairly clean. I'll get the air hose, blow it off good right around the primer bulb here. It's pretty dirty. Everything else doesn't look too bad, but we'll get it blown off, make sure everything's clear. So one thing on this one, I am going to go ahead and replace the primer bulb. If you look, you can see looks like it's starting to get a crack in the center. So I have 2 primer bulbs on hand here, so we're going to go ahead and replace this one. It's held on by four Phillips head screws here. You can see it's just a small rubber cap. There's the old one, there's the new one. For someone that's never done this, it's pretty straightforward. Just there's a recessed groove that the primer bulb sits in. I clean the metal plate up, put it back on, and then just, I don't know if you have to, but something like that. I like to just barely snug each of the screws first, and then just slowly tighten them down, just in a pattern, just to keep from pulling one side down all the way first. You can feel when they start to get pulled down all the way. Again, feed your spark plug wire through. You have your ignition wire. You can barely see it over here. Just make sure you don't get that pinched. Make sure everything's sitting in place. Just going to temporarily put this cover back on for the air cleaner until I get the new air cleaner element. Just going to put this on here for now. I'm going to take everything outside and just make sure everything starts up. I don't have any issues. All right, the weed whacker here I haven't had running in, I'm not sure how many months, but probably since October. So we'll see how it does. The chainsaw usually takes 3 or 4 pulls till it fires. I'm not sure it's always been the same also. Figures right after I said it takes 3 pulls. I did have it running about 3 days ago. I cut a little wood, so that's probably why it started up quicker. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like, the subscribe button if you did. If you had any questions or comments, maybe you do something different when you're maintaining your saws or weed whackers, let me know. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you do different. But thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.